This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Wednesday, March the 11th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good morning. We begin with news of startling revelations emerging from the CLICO forensic audit report, which was finally unsealed by the High Court yesterday. The forensic investigators from the Canadian company of Deloitte and Touche said the Thompson and Associates invoice for $3.3 million, purportedly for legal fees and retainers, and used to make the payment by CLICO International Life Insurance, was false. In a damning part of the report, the auditors disclosed that it was not an invoice issued by Thompson and Associates, but was created solely to facilitate the payment and conceal its true nature. The investigators identified the true nature as a part payment of a substantial gratuity to the benefit of former CLICO chairman Leroy Paris. The report disclosed, too, that CLICO Life wrote off $11.5 million owed to it by the CL Financial parent company in Trinidad and Tobago. In addition to that, the probe showed that the local life insurance company even repaid a loan of $3.5 million, which was due to it by former executive chairman of the Trinidad parent company, Lawrence Dupree. More details on the findings of the forensic audit report can be found in our e-paper. The mother of a 9-year-old boy who was shot in Swan Street, the city, last Saturday is appealing to the public to help her find the perpetrator who almost took her son's life. As the child recovers from the surgery to the wound to his head that caused him to be hospitalized for 2 days, the identity of the shooter remains a mystery. But a distraught Asha Payne is seeking justice on behalf of her son Xavier Bertrand, who she said was so traumatized by the incident that he now is begging her not to take him back to Bridgetown ever again. As Xavier sat beside her having dinner at their Clapham St. Michael home yesterday evening, Payne said she was hopeful that the perpetrator has a heart and tell himself an innocent child could have been killed by his hand and turn himself in to the police. In other news now, the Learning Center may be forced to close its doors because of severe financial pressure. Director of the Barbados Council for the Disabled, Edmund Hinkson, says the government is to blame because it has failed to pay outstanding bursaries. Speaking in the House of Assembly yesterday during debate on the Education Amendment Bill 2015, Hinkson charged that the center, which caters to children with disabilities, has not received any funds since the school year started last December. He said as a result, the school has been unable to pay its bills, including salaries. He noted that parents were informed just 2 weeks ago that the center may have to shut down. Hinkson warned that 75 children would be affected by the closure. He urged the government to remedy the situation before month end. The operators of public service vehicles welcome government's plans to give the river terminal a major facelift. Following a tour of the area yesterday, Transport and Works Minister Michael Lashley pledged to fix several problems, including poor lighting, inadequate bathroom facilities, and drainage. PSV operators told Barbados Today they support any move to upgrade the current facilities. They also called on the authorities to put more controls in place to ensure the orderly running of the terminal. The operators say they are also happy to comply with the new uniform rules.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow
To news from the region now, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is getting strong backing from its Welfare Association following the damning CARICOM Impacts report, which deemed the 2010 and 2011 extrajudicial killings as unlawful. We get more in this HTS News Force report.
The Police Welfare Association will not abandon its members implicated in the CARICOM Impacts report in their hour of need. The team of investigators which probed the police killings under Operation Restore Confidence concluded that, among other things, officers had a blacklist, staged shootings, and recorded a number of the shootings carried out by them as having been done by unknown assailants. The Director of Public Prosecutions will determine whether charges will be filed against the officers. The President of the Police Welfare Association says the officers need support now more than ever, and the association will be there every step of the way to help them through this period.
The Welfare Association is in full support, or supports fully all police officers, and at this time we would like to inform the members who might be implicated that we are in support of them. I will be meeting with those members. I've met with them before and I expect to meet them again.
Law is hoping that the public will not use the findings of the report to cast judgment on the officers. He says if it works in the manner that it is supposed to, the justice system will determine the fate of the officers.
On the international scene, the police in Myanmar have been heavily criticized after they used batons to break up a demonstration put on by students protesting a new education law. The students claim that the law stifles academic freedom. Yesterday's demonstration left dozens of protesters injured and more than 100 people arrested. We pick up the rest of the story in this BBC report.
Okay, you can see here, this is one of the main roads going into the centre of Yangon. The riot police seem pretty determined that they're not going to tolerate this student demonstration. If you just look up the road here, Ali, you can see perhaps a couple of hundred student demonstrators who've come here to show solidarity for what happened in Letbadan earlier today, when dozens, possibly many more students were arrested in a violent confrontation with the police there. So these students have come out into the centre of Yangon to show their support. It remains to be seen whether there's a similar outcome here and whether the police step in to stop what is, under Burmese law, an illegal demonstration.
And finally, a European nation is in mourning as Argentine experts struggle to understand how two experienced pilots lost control, killing all those on board. 8 French nationals and 2 Argentine pilots, including 3 top athletes from France, died when the helicopters involved in the filming of the TV survival show Dropped collided in the northwest of the country. French athletes and officials, including President François Hollande, are grief-stricken over the deadly incident, with the International Olympic Committee announcing that it would fly its flag at half-staff for 3 days. And that's our Barbados Today morning news update, but you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 Online TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? #sexy.